All right, now let us start with the MCQs of conceptual framework. Okay, so here we go. We have the first MCQ in front of us, and which asking how does a conceptual framework define an asset? Number one, a resource owned by an entity as a result of past events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. Well, that's the wrong option. A resource over which an entity has a legal right as a result of past event and from which economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. Again, the wrong one. A resource controlled by an entity as a result of past events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. Yes, this is the right option. Resource controlled by an entity as a result of past events from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity is an exact definition given in the conceptual framework. Which one of the following would be classified liability tax if business manufactures a product under license in 12 months' time? The license expires and taxpayer will have to pay $50,000 for it to be renewed. Well, that's not a liability because it's not an obligation. It's on the choice of the taxer either to renew or not. So that's the wrong option. Reckless purchase and investment in 9 months ago for 120. The market value of this has fallen and investment is valued at 90,000. Again, it's not a liability, it's a loss. Now, Carter estimate the tax charge on its profit for the year just ended as 165,000. So tax charge will be in a liability, right? That's the right one. That's an obligation towards the government to pay the tax. Which one of the following would correctly describe the net realizable value of a 2-year-old asset? The original cost of the asset less 2 years depreciation? No. The amount that would be obtained from selling the asset less any cost of disposal? Uh, yes, it's a realizable value. What is realizable value? That you will get after selling the asset after incurring all of the cost of disposals. So B is the answer. We do not need to look at the other options. Whenever you get the right option, do not look at the other options and get confused. Just look when you find the right option, move ahead. Then next question. Conceptual framework identifies an underlying assumption in preparing financial statements. This is going concern, materiality, substance of form, or accruals. Materiality is not an assumption. Substance and over form is also not an assumption. Accruals is not an assumption. Going concern is an assumption which is made by management who, while making a financial statement that business will continue in foreseeable future. Right now, next question. The conceptual framework identifies four enhancing qualitative characteristics of financial information. For which of these characteristics is disclosure of accounting policies, particularly verifiability, timeliness, comparability, or understanding? Uh, Comparability is the right answer over here. Disclosure of accounting policies is particularly important when comparing the results and performance of one entity against other, which may be applying different policies. Next one, which of the following is not a purpose of IASB framework? To assist the IASB in preparation and review of IFRS? Well, that's the purpose. To assist auditors in forming an opinion on whether financial statements comply with IFRS? It's also in purpose. To assist in determining the authority of its item not covered by an existing IFRS, that's also in purpose. To be authoritative where a specific IFRS conflict with the conceptual framework, it's not a purpose. So that will be our answer. This will be our answer, right? Now, next, move ahead. Next question saying, recognition is the process of including within the financial statements items which meet the definition of element according to the IASB conceptual framework for financial reporting. Which of the filing items should be recognized as an asset in statement of financial position of a company? Well, skilled and efficient workforce, which has been very expensive to train. Wrong. employee cannot be capitalized as a non-current asset. Highly lucrative contract signed during the year, which is due to commence shortly after the year end. No, we cannot recognize the contract until unless we get the revenue, and it's not an asset. It will be the revenue when we get there. The government grant relating to the purchase of item of plant several years ago, which has a remaining life of 4 years. No government grant cannot be capitalized as a non-current asset. Receivable from a customer which has been sold factor to finance company. The finance company has full source to company for any losses. Yes, 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 we got it. Receivable factors from a customer which has been sold factor to a finance company. The finance company has full resource to the company for any losses. The receivables has been factored with the resources, so should continue to be recognized as an asset. The other options do not meet the criteria to be recognized as an asset. Next one, comparability is identified as an enhancing qualitative characteristics in the IASB conceptual framework for finance and reporting. Which of the following does not improve comparability? Okay, restating the financial statement of previous year when there has been a change of accounting policy, it will improve the comparability. Prohibiting changes of accounting policy unless required by IFRS or to give more relevant and reliable information, it will also improve the comparability. Disclosing discontinued operations in financial statements, it will improve the comparability. Applying an entity's current policy, accounting policy to transaction which an entity has not engaged in before. This will be our answer. Applying an entity's current accounting policy to transaction which an entity has not engaged in before, as a transaction has not been engaged in before, comparability is not an issue over here. Bang on. Then we have other question. Okay, and here it is. Information relevant to question 9 to 13. Okay, question number 9, what it's saying, accounting. The accountant is aware that some members of the board of the Lisbon have little understanding of accounting, and he's worried about his presentation of the financial statements at the board meeting. How should it deal with this situation? Well, it's a knowledge base. You do not need to look at the scenario for this part. So in doing his presentation, he should omit and complex issues said that though, so that everybody can understand what he is saying. No, he should tell everything. He should open his presentation with advice that some of them may not understand all of it. Wrong. He should classify, characterize, and present the information clearly and precisely. Right one. Right. The conceptual framework requires information to be presented understandably, but without omitting complex issues. Next one. Which concept of the qualitative characteristics has been influenced the decision in one above? The word in saying in one, sold an asset to a finance company, lease it back for the remainder of its useful life. The accountant has decided that this should be treated as secured loan. So faithful representation will be our answer because the substance of the transaction is likely to be that of a secured loan. So that will be the faithful representation of it. Then next one. In looking at issue 2 above, the financial accountant decides the property should be revalued. Which concept or qualitative characteristic has been applied in making this decision? Materiality, going concern, or relevance? Relevance. Yes, relevance it is, because the historical cost of the properties will be less relevant than current value or fair value. Okay. Next. Because loss on operating the shops, the accountant is considering the issue of going concern. If it were decided that Lisbon was no longer a going concern at 31st March, which of the following would apply in accordance with the conceptual framework? And answer is a financial statement do not need to be prepared. One, the financial statement should be prepared on different basis. Yeah. The financial statement should be prepared on a different basis. C, yes. C is the answer. the financial statement should be prepared on a different basis, or you can say breakup basis. The basis of valuation of assets will be affected. Now, current assets will be current assets, non-current assets will be current assets as well. Non-current liabilities will be current liabilities as well. Last question, in applying the principles of comparability, how should the change of the inventory valuation basis be continued for? The change should be disclosed? No. The financial statement for 31st March actually should show both methods? No. Not should show that the profit would have been the change had not taken place? No. The financial statement for the period and prior period as shown on 31st month that should be restated using the weighted average basis. This will be the right answer. This is a change of accounting policy. So the information will be amended retrospectively. Retrospectively. Okay. Move ahead. Question number 14. Question number 14, folks. And what's the question saying? Yeah. Question saying the process for developing an international financial reporting standard involve a number of stages. Following receipt and review of comments on a discussion paper, what will be the next step undertaken by the IASB? A, publication of an exposure draft. Okay, an exposure draft will be published following review of discussion paper comments. Now, so that we can announce it to the public, to the chartered accountants, overall that this changes are expecting and why. So all of the reason will be given in that as well. And then question number 15, which one of the following would not be an advantage of adopting IFRS? It would be easier for investors to compare the financial statements of companies with those of foreign competitors. Cross-border listing would be facilitated? No. Accountants and auditors would have more defense in case of litigation. C is the answer. You know, it's not an advantage of adopting IFRS. Accountants and auditors may have less defense in case of the litigation, as they will not be able to demonstrate that they followed some precise rule, but will instead have to defend their application of judgment. Right? Next question. And the next question saying, which two of the following statements regarding statement of regulation of accounting are true? Principle-based system will require more detailed regulations than a rule-based system. Now, a rule-based system will tend to give rise to a larger number of accounting standards than a principle-based system. Yes. Principle-based systems to seek cover every eventually. No. Principal system requires the exercise of more judgment in application than a rule-based system. Yes, that's the right one. And I hope you get it till here. I will see you on the next session.